Here we go. We are spawning on uThermal LA with a beautiful viewer account. Thanks to uThermal and Krystianer. Both of those guys shared a little tweet out. Really love the appreciation of the tournament. So that is something really nice to see. And we have two professional players spawned on this particular map. In the top left hand side, this is from Poland, playing for Team Blazer, Krystianer. He replaced Guru, who just not behave in a good manner, so we changed the name right there. Bottom right hand side, we are seeing one of the best Terrans all around Europe, I'd say all around the globe. This is playing for Team Liquid, out of the Netherlands. Liquid, uThermal. And both players, by the way, actually played a tournament today already. uThermal was competing on the Wadi 2020 event. Meanwhile, Krystianer was fighting on the OC Championship King of the Hill event, which is like every Saturday. So I'd say both of those players are warmed up. And as you can see, Krystianer is already starting with something, yeah, not too macro oriented. He did go for the earlier cybernetic score, so probably this might even be a proxy Stargate. It's not the best spot to have a robo in. So what is uThermal doing? He already has a scouting SCV out, playing a Reaper fast expansion here. I like this depot positioning, by the way. It gives you more space to head out with your units, and you're not forcing yourself to wall off with the add-on or something, and it keeps the add-on more out of the way if the Protoss is actually going for blink stalkers and stuff like that. It's just less exposed to attacks of the Protoss. We see a second adept being chrono boosted, and here we go. Stargate is coming in. So the question now is, what is uThermal's plan? We often see Terrans going for Widowmine drop quite early, and that would prevent most of the damage an Oracle can actually do. But what uThermal needs is a glimpse on what is standing in the main base, and if he's not seeing a pylon up here, well, it's really hard to distinguish what is really going on, what his decision will be. What info he got out of there is basically nothing. He just saw that the cybernetic score is finished, and that's about it. Reaper goes down without proper information. That bunker not being finished is a problem for him as well, because there's just one marine, and without a safe home. Okay, next two just spawn. Sadly, there is no Widow Mines yet. This could be a very early 1-0 for Krystianer, actually. Because that Oracle is about to spawn just now. And there's just a couple of Marines. The Cyclone is a good unit, but it needs so long to be actually been built. Oh man. Yeah, nothing in the main base. So I assume like 5 or 6 SCV kills if the Oracle is controlled properly. On top of that, Krystianer gets a full scout of the main. And he is even raiding with 2 adepts on the natural eco line. So we have 7 workers lost right there. So, but uThermal is sending over a single Hellion. And since there is no units over here, if uThermal is really controlling this well, he's actually killed 3 probes already. Maybe he's getting a nice scout for himself as well. And look at this. This Hellion is very useful. Traded for like twice its own supply in SCVs. So I wouldn't call uThermal out yet. He lost a lot of mining time there. And he's even going for the Banshee follow-up. The problem for Krystianer now is he has just that Oracle for Revelation to make sure that that's his only source of detection. So the problem is Oracles don't shoot to Banshees. And I feel like he's not really missing out the detection. He's just missing out units to shoot at Banshees. He has one Stalker. Okay, he's now adding at least one Phoenix. Okay, that might do it as well. Okay, early. Quite spectacular in my opinion. A couple of workers were lost on your thermal side, but he managed to deal with a lot less effort some kind of similar damage to the Protoss. Problem always is, Protoss is expanding much faster usually, is a lot greedier, and if Krystianer is standing like this in a defensive position here with shield batteries, at least in the natural, I don't see this Banshee really doing damage at this moment. I just don't see it. Sorry. Okay, there's one SCV that is just for scouting. Yeah, just uThermal is straight up shooting down that shield battery, but that was basically a Banshee for nothing. It was just donated to Krystianer. The second one might do a little bit more, because uThermal is actually scouting that proxy. But he's doing nothing about it, and he seems not to be watching properly, so he might lose that Banshee for good without doing anything on this as well. Such a good start for Krystianer. This game couldn't be better in his favor. Like getting two Banshees like that. uThermal even invested into Cloak and it did nothing for him. Now there's a Blink Stalker follow-up, and there's not really much in the main standing. Those Oracles are still alive. No Widow Mines to make sure those... Oh, we don't even have Marauders yet. No bunker up front. So the tank has to deal all the damage. We have one Widow Mine in production. uThermal did go for a very early third base. But can he get rid of all those Stalkers? Those are 17, and he's already jumping on the first tank. And it is gone in half a second. Krystianer has doing such a good job. Having uThermal locked in on two bases is very great for a Protoss, having his third Nexus down already. It cannot be better, to be honest. He's even throwing down stasis wards because all of his Oracles are still alive. And that makes it even harder for uThermal to engage into this. So, I don't see any option how to break this, to be honest. First Medevac going over. Yeah, he's trying to force a recall on Krystianer's units, or at least a commitment. Like warping in on your own backline is always softening your own attack. And I feel like that is the thing uThermal is looking for. Krystianer is missing out some vision right here. He has no observer at the moment. So I wouldn't recommend for him to blink onto that cliff. Alright, the drop already been spotted. And now the Terran has to make something out of it. Like at best he gets a couple of probes, maybe a pylon. I don't see a cancel on this Nexus to be a thing he can force here. He is trying to trade like okay, but he's just softening one or two of those Stalkers. Good thing is uThermal just made his way down his own choke. And Krystianer disengaged there before things really get rough. Yeah, if anybody is wondering, I'm not an English native speaker. I'm German. I'm 31. I'm the old guy casting Starcraft too. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, very nice pickup here. That he gets like one Archon and then a High Templar for free. And those Stalkers don't seem to be in a fighting mode right now. Krystianer doesn't want to fight right there because he's missing those upgrades, you know. Terran already with 1-1. That's quite a strong bio push with 85 army supply. Those sellers are trying to get in front. And you see, Krystianer's positioning is just not good. He has some shield batteries on the third already. I don't know why he's fighting this so far away as well. Those Oracles could have helped along the way by a lot. But uThermal gets a really, really decent trade here. Look at all those Marauders still alive, having 1 or 2 kills on the menu already. He will be struggling versus those Zealots right now. It's hard to focus him down. But Krystianer is still missing out upgrades. There are 2 forges, but the attack of uThermal actually made him forget about his upgrades. He simply forgot about those. Now he is just starting ground attack upgrade and the +1 armor. And that will be so late. Could even be that uThermal is getting 2-2, meanwhile Krystianer is still sitting on 1-1. So that storm better be ready before the Dutch player makes his next move. We even see Robotics Bay coming up for Disruptors. Oh lord, uThermal is looking so good at the moment. The start was really rough for him, but he made it his way back into the first map. Like his Banshees were completely useless. Krystianer shutted them down like they didn't even exist. But those upgrades really can make a problem. Good thing is, Storm doesn't care about armor. It's all about the DPS that a Bioforce can deal. And I don't see any ghosts within this army yet. Storm not quite finished now for Krystianer. And those Liberators can do a lot of damage as well. It's usually hard for a Protoss to kill those if you are not possessed of a lot of Stalkers. And actually, you don't want Stalkers versus this kind of army. Look at all those Marauders positioning here. That is not even a good position for Krystianer. And he gets kind of locked out of the fight by those Liberators. Protoss are trying to kite those Archons. Zealots are getting a lot of good Widowmine connects right there. Krystianer just doesn't have too much. He's killing that Liberator. Oracles are flying in, but they are more like tanking the shots of the Terran with his own face. uThermal is just pushing through. He doesn't care. I haven't seen a storm in the whole game. And that is game. And the first map point for uThermal. He did fight back into this first map. He was very behind after the first 5 minutes. Like his Banshees didn't do much. He lost a couple of SCVs. He managed to had some counter damage, but Krystianer was like distracted for a couple of split seconds. Forgot his upgrades, and then it was just like, you know, one of those cargo trains just going with mad speed towards your direction. GG, well done.